What's up? What's up? We're at a last day of 2022, and picking up from the daily, I want to show y'all something that I was talking about earlier. This move here, when on the 21st, 22nd of November, we had a close lower than the capitulation here that moved outside the Bollinger Band. When a price moves inside the Bollinger Band, that's lower than the previous low that's outside the Bollinger Band. There's only one other time in Bitcoin's history that this happened, and the price didn't move past this point, but it did retest at this point, and moved outside the Bollinger Band. So it kind of recorrected itself. So as far as any kind of news regarding hitting the bottom line, I think it's highly likely that it'll happen. I'm just waiting on the daily to pretty much move back to the oversold section for on the stock RSI before I put in a short order. So basically thinking that it's going to retest its resistance line at this mark, drop back down, or at least come close to the, past the Bollinger break and here on the oversold area before I put in a new order on a short position. So, this whole time it's been moving sideways. I mean, you can see here there's not much activity. Since 19th of June till now. So pretty much half the year has been really, really slow. Even though it has, dropped a bit as far as volume wise, it's been pretty slow. The excess liquidity bubble from the monetary policy era in 2020, 2021 created a record total realized profit on chain. Over, I think it was like $500 billion in yearly profits were taken by Bitcoin investors moving funds on chain, with the peak hitting soon after the all-time high, which is back in November 2021. So moving into this year, as far as a bear cycle is concerned, since then a bear market regime has dominated the market and has given back over $213 billion in realized losses. So this equates to about 47% of the 2020, 2021 bull profits, which is similar to the last bear cycle back in 2018. If we go back to 2018, we kind of hit a bear market there, and this whole loss equated to, what was it? I think it was 48%. So this year is at 47% before it picked back up again. I wish I had the data previous to this to plug in a Fibonacci sequence scale, but I couldn't. So, we're moving ahead, and it's looking good. It's from this standpoint, it didn't really look like it was slowing down at any point, but it did, pretty much do a retest. The weeklies, I like to see the weeklies because they're more consistent on as far as strategy and charts. They always seem to be doing a retest, which was here before they picked back up again. So it's not that crucial to hit the starting point on going long on a week like this one. But coming into this year and this cycle, this bear cycle, it looks like it's gonna do a retest, and it's gonna I highly likely think it's gonna keep going down it needs to go down past this Bollinger Band before it picks back up again. So so that'll be good. And let's see what else. Like I said before, the stock RSI seems to be losing momentum between the last half of the first half of this year to the last half. Between these two, it looks good. Even on the fast-moving RSI, it looks good. It seems like it's losing momentum. Slow-moving RSI as well. And and that's all. I mean, it's a lot of people have, the long-term holders supply has completely reverted to panic spending after the FTX fiasco. The near linear uptrend in this metric is a reflection of the heavy coin accumulation that occurred back in June. So from a long-term view, it seems like it still seems like it's slowing down a lot. It doesn't really look like there's much price that can move down once it goes past the threshold here. So I'm really looking at 14,685 is kind of like my new target before anything happens, before I start doing the DCA, before I start going long. And that even complies to the US 500. I don't know if you've saw my last post, but regarding the US 500 on my master chart, I set up another Fibonacci sequence on that, and it's another kind of indication. Look, it's losing momentum from the first half of last year. It's pretty much mirroring Bitcoin's price action. Like, I was able to time a good short position based on what the US 500 was doing, and literally a few seconds later Bitcoin did the same thing last week. And I didn't just go on that strategy, but that was one of them that kind of ticked off the box. So I just wanted to say that. I just want to let you know that it is mirroring very closely to Bitcoin. There was a good little bounce here at the Genesis point, 0.61, but it seems like it's gonna be retouching. Well, we'll see. It looks like if it will retest on the Genesis or go past Genesis and hit the Dow level, then that would be great. I think either one of the two, as long as the RSI indicates there's an upward trend, like losing momentum, then I think we're all golden here. We're pretty set to go all in with all the stocks and tech. There's healthcare. There's like the whole SPDR index. It looks like, man, the energy sector is like just killing it right now. During this whole bull market, I didn't see it coming, but I'm just waiting for this RSI to hit low before I start investing. So there's still time. It's just like a waiting game. Just it's pretty long. It's been a year, but that's it. That's all I have for you guys. There's no trading today, just because it's just not a trading moment right now. The market's closed. It's the end of the year. December's really slow. It's Wall Street's closed, so Bitcoin's not really doing anything at the moment. But that's how it works. You also, again, have a great year into the year. If you're watching from Australia, then Happy New Year's already. And stay safe, y'all, and remember to spend only what you got. This is Trash for Cash with Robert. See ya.